self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am struggling to not give any spoilers about Avengers Infinity.
That movie was fantastic.
But we can't talk about it.
You ain't even like it like that, did you?
I did, but I want to be able to talk about what happened and my feelings, but I can't. Also known as Calamity Red, though.
Yeah, no spoilers. We ain't doing no spoilers.
We're not.
We gon', well, you probably not, but I'm going to go on a Nerd Plate sometime this week. Nerd Plate Podcast.
I can't go.
You should come.
I want to go. They've been telling me I should come. If I don't come this time, I'm going to have to hear about it. So when I need to know.
Rockman 3K3, y'all hear her.
I'm coming. So, I am. What day? Well, as long as it
ain't name,
long
Cole
as it ain't
Jackson.
Tomorrow. Can't be tomorrow.
Shogun, y'all here.
I'm going.
She ain't getting out of it. All right.
I'm going.
Let's make this happen. All right.
It's totally going to happen. As long as it ain't tomorrow.
So, one, y'all check out them podcasts. Two, we gonna do a ultimate Avengers.
Oh, that's the episode
review.
I need to be on because that's the only episode I probably will be able to contribute shit to.
We're gonna do an Ultimate Avengers.
I need to be on that
review
episode.
about the show. So that's a nerd podcast. So that's what they talk about. So like you go there for spoilers. So it ain't gonna be a spoiler. You just don't go to it if you ain't seen the movie.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for that dialogue, that conversation.
I need to be because the game shit. I don't really have much to contribute to that. So yeah.
I mean, they talk about movies and sports and all kinds of shit. I don't watch
sports. Movies, yes. Sports.
Yeah, they talk anime. They talk about some shit.
I don't watch anime.
But you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on-point.
And I can be found at Red_Calamity. We are also still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it into our Gmail account, which is conversationconartists@gmail.com. Or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artists, and you can hit us up on that front.
So we have a good bit of listener interaction.
Yes.
For this past week. So a bulk of this episode is going to be from listener letters and then some topics that we have that we're going to talk about, but most of it's going to be from some interaction we had. So last week we inquired about whether we should keep doing the poetry and whatnot or we should leave it at the front and put it at the end. Mm-hmm. And Carrie responded for us to keep doing the poetry. I thought it was going to be a train wreck.
She thought we were going to be shit at it, is what she said.
Yeah. I mean, and you know what? I don't take that as we being great, but at least it ain't fucking your ears up.
Yes.
But both of you are pretty good. I enjoy them. Thank you for that, Carrie. Keep it at the top, though. I don't always get past 30 minutes depending on what you're discussing. Just saying.
What, you don't like what we discussed?
I'm interested. I want to know what it is.
Not even like to be shady. I would really like to know and what she would like to hear. Like, so what could we talk about that will keep your attention for the entirety of the show?
If it's in the inappropriateness, I'll put that on me. You know what I'm saying? If it's the booty finger.
Oh, yeah.
Or
that's
if
you.
it... That's or if it's uncomfortable sexual dialogue, if that's the case, that's on me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
If it's cursing, I mean,
the cursing gonna happen. Some days I be trying not to curse. I never
try not to.
For the hell of it.
It never happens. I never sit down at this mic and say I'm not gonna curse today. Never happens. That is probably never gonna happen. Unless we record it in front of my kid that I don't have yet. That would be the only
What
way.
else could it be? If it's racism, if it's like if we getting too heavy on the racial front, I don't know. But
yeah, just hit us up. I would just be curious to know what.
Let us know. I mean, it'd be interesting to know where we might hit some people in the wrong spot. So where you might cringe a little bit, or where you might be like, this is just vastly inappropriate for my transit to work. I don't want to hear this. Oh my God. This is not good. My ears are on fire.
Is Carrie white?
It don't look like it from the profile. I don't know which one they are on the profile, but it's a bunch of black people. So
okay. Because that voice.
Look, they got the picture of Thanos photoshopped on Killmonger. That in my head can't be a white person, but it can. But I think it's like a low probability. So I think they black.
I don't know. You were just doing the white voice. So I didn't know.
Well, that's just my I'm irritated what I'm hearing voice.
which is
and
the
I
white
feel
boys.
like that's what white people do most of the time. Black folks roll with the punches.
Yes, because we ain't got no choice.
You know, but
Most of the time.
But clearly there's a line.
Yeah.
Also, more feedback from Melanie. We talked about Melanie last week as far as her city having a storm.
Oh, yeah.
And I just sent her a thank you for the support and reaching out. And she said, thank you so much. I've opened up a can of worms, though. We watched the milk review, and now I've been assigned to get some Promised Land milk for my department, which is going to be the best decision that you make in the week.
And this fucking milk.
Listen, I don't know how many weeks that you make just amazing, fantastic, long-lasting decisions, but the week you go get that Promised Land milk, you gonna know that it was a good one. And I asked her if it was a Publix nearby. She said they city get one in September, but the next city over has one.
Girl, don't be driving to cities over for milk.
The only reason I would agree with Red is because if you do it once, you're gonna be doing it till September. But when September get here though, you're gonna be on that Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember? Got me some milk in September. Promised Land.
Oh Jesus!
Let's make that a commercial.
They should make it a commercial.
But
the black version of September though, not Taylor Swift.
But please be sure, Melanie, to let us know how that Promised Land milk turned out.
Oh my God,
it's delicious. I don't expect you to understand.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Well,
I can't drink it.
Well, some stomach gas outbursts is worth it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's painful. No,
I bet that Talenti was worth it, wasn't it?
It was.
But you don't like chocolate anyway, so
no.
Whatever. You a different problem.
You know what? The guy that I went out with doesn't like chocolate.
Well, y'all be a non-chocolate having ass family with dogs that you can be certain ain't finna get into no shit because ain't no chocolate in the house.
Exactly.
Oh, your kids gonna love chocolate. Oh, they gonna love it.
They can love it. Just I ain't gonna eat it. I ain't gonna tell them they can't have it. I just don't eat it.
Mom and daddy don't like chocolate. There's something wrong with them. This is delicious. My taste buds ain't failing me.
I just don't like it. It's not my thing.
Okay, so now before we get to the letters, we got you, Colin and Cliff and Peanut. We gonna do our poetry situation because Carrie resolved the problem that nobody else would tackle. We gonna keep doing our poetry and we gonna do it at the top of the show.
Is it my turn to go first?
It's your turn to go first.
Shit. So I wrote a lot of gangster shit. A lot of stuff.
Gangster shit.
Well, it was shit when I was angry. So
there's
still like romance. It's still about relationship. It's just fuck you nigga shit.
Damn.
But in a very poetic way.
Okay, let's do it.
This one is called Book of Life. Okay. You're just a page. You're not even a full chapter, and after a few flips, your story won't matter. Well, it will matter, but it'll be history, a blurb in the saga of this great mystery that is my life. See, I'm an open book. My emotions show on my face, and what won't fit there, I simply put on the page. It's my saving grace. Each line, a benediction. Stanzas of truth. I'm no writer of fiction. This is my life, and these are my words, and those were your lies, and here's your return. Eye for a lie, I see right through you, and those things that you did well, he can do them too, and he does them so well. He's my new page that I hope becomes a chapter and eventually an ending that is happily ever after. And even if he's not, my story still goes on. Faces and events recorded through poem, and I'll write them until the end, both the good and the bad. Happiness, disappointment, some angry and sad, but this is the last that will ever feature you. Your page has been turned. You're no longer of use to me. I only get one book, only have one life to live, so I can't waste this time on a heart you won't give because it already had an owner. But you got your honorable mention immortalized in my rhyme, and yeah, I may flip back to your page time to time as a reminder not to repeat history.
Well, damn. You ain't even a chapter. You a page. You the page that they intentionally left blank.
Exactly.
Which is ironic because it's not blank.
Because intentionally.
Like, I just never known why they need to let you know that they left it blank on purpose.
Just in case you was wondering, why the fuck is this page
like, how many
blank?
people open up the book and be like, hey, I wasted my money. It's a blank page in here. Like.
Somebody somewhere had to complain. I feel like every time I see something that's kind of stupid, I'm like, some dumbass person. Like, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Somebody walked in there in a pair of pants with nothing else and expected to sit down and eat amongst this other civilized folks. Like, every time I see, or like, the coffee is hot signs that have to, coffee's hot, bitch, when you get it. Like, some stupid person somewhere fucked up and they felt like, okay, we gotta, like, just put this out there. So
You're right. Everything that you see as a warning, somebody's done.
Somebody's done. As stupid as the warning may be, somebody out there didn't get the memo, and now the company got to use these warnings. So, yes, but yeah, just the page, not a chapter.
Okay.
Y'all got to stop being upset about these pages. Flip that shit and move on.
Yeah, like
some
I
people
don't think
are just
nothing of a blank
pages.
page. They was like, this page left intentionally blank. Well, one, it ain't blank no more. You know what I'm saying? But now, somebody stupid. We know somebody stupid in history that talked about, why they paid blank.
Yes.
Why y'all do that?
Indeed.
So my poem is called Concrete Dreams. I'm not a materialistic person. Never have been. Probably come from a childhood of not having shit. But materials is cool, but if they all be gone tomorrow, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so this just represents a lot of the people that I was working with at Red Lobster at the time, back when I was at AUM.
Yeah.
That glorified a lot of that.
Okay.
But Concrete Dreams. Chains hanging down, they call it bling. Diamond studded ear stoppers, pinky rings, trading in a future for their concrete dreams. Air Force Ones, a pair of top-notch jeans, a shirt that's the epitome of fashion and shades that gleam, trading in goals for their concrete dreams. Tinted windows, TV screens, leather seats stitched with branded seams, 24-inch chrome rims with famous pop culture as the color schemes. They traded in livelihood for concrete dreams. Genuine smiles covered up with precious metals, or so it seems. Hard eyes, mean mugs with murder kill as the daily theme, swapping out authenticity for concrete dreams. Blurry eyes, empty bottles, barely maintaining a lean, blowing out soul after puffs of the blunt, acting serene, trading in health for concrete dreams. Selling genocide to our people, creating fiend after fiend, chasing the loot, bread, guap, dough, anything after the green, trading in responsibility for concrete dreams. Words used to describe our women is no less than obscene, no matter how you justify what hoe, trick, or even bitch means. Using them to gratify sexual needs as the daily routines, trading in the value of our queens for concrete dreams. Sending deadly messages to the youth and those in the womb unseen, steadily wiping away purity, leaving minds unclean, trading in generations for concrete dreams. No hard work, looking for beanstalks and magic beans, misinterpreting the chase for wealth to obtaining it by any means. They traded in their innocence for concrete dreams. Teardrops, closed caskets, mothers and fathers' screams, they traded in their life for concrete dreams. That's it.
I feel like I should snap.
Snaps.
Feel like I should snap.
Yeah, the mics won't pick up snaps like that.
That's why I didn't snap.
See, they say snap, 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 snap. So, but yeah, man, I like writing, man. It's
yeah. I mean,
I encourage all the kids on my caseload, write.
Yes.
I mean, you can write their diary,
Yep.
their journal. You can write about your day. You can write raps. You can write songs. You can write poetry. You can write short stories. Like, whatever the whirlwind of what's going on in your head at the time, once you put it on paper, you've kind of removed a large portion of it from your own psyche and how you deal with life and manage life. And so that it just really clears out a lot of my mind.
And it's an evidence of growth. It's an evidence. If you write for a long period of time and you go back, and I've done this, and go back and read some of the shit you wrote earlier, you realize, like, damn, like, I can't even believe I was thinking like that, or I've grown so much. You can see your growth through your writing because your ideas change. The way that you write change. Like, Book of Life, those kind of things, I wouldn't even write about that now because I'm so much more careful about relationships that it doesn't get to a point where it's a Book of Life type of situation. So when I go back and I read these things, I'm like, shit, I was making some shit ass decisions at that time. So like, it's a way for growth as well. I encourage adults. People always think about writing like little teenage girls, but anybody, writing is very therapeutic. It gets out what you're feeling at the time. And like I said, you can see your growth. Sometimes I feel like we have moved forward and become different people. You got concrete evidence of this change that you made in the way that you think. So writing is amazing. I encourage everybody to do it. Adults, kids, it don't matter. You're never too old to write.
And as far as like Concrete Dreams goes, like it was made under the context that about things you can put your hands on and glorifying those things. And what I tell a lot of my clients is that, you know, when you're young, yeah, those things you can touch are really, really valuable to you. But at some point in your life, the things that you can't touch are going to be more important than the things that you can, in terms of love, belonging, connections with people, social interaction. The things that if you spend your whole early life trying to acquire, you're not going the material things, you're not going to gain the skills to learn how to get those things you can't touch. So don't sleep on love. Don't sleep on belonging. Don't sleep on all those things that it takes social interaction to acquire, because that's what I think has happened with my pops. Yeah. He's reached out to me at this point in life because I think he's chased the material things, and he's still kind of after the material things, but he realized that there's some things in life that hasn't been met for him yet. And those are things that you can't buy. Those are things that you can't, you know, barter for. Those are things that you have to acquire naturally through, you know, interaction with people. And I applaud him for that, you know, and I applaud anybody for taking those measures to try to get those things, or whatever point you're at with it. But anyway, that's our poetry situation for the week. So Colin sent us a video.
He did.
If you want to see it, it's called Target Workout. It's this woman, Sia Cooper, who is essentially just in Target with her buggy and her baby strapped to her chest, working out.
Doing squats and kicks, and it's so unnecessary. First of all, I want to know how many fucking times a week you having to go to the store where this is a regular occurrence for you.
Let me say what Colin said. Check out this video. This woman is getting dragged online for it, in my mind, rightfully so. And other people are coming to her defense. What do you think?
I mean, and after watching the video, my initial response was, I don't give a fuck. I think it's stupid, but girl, whatever. I could see how it would be annoying to like people in the store, like, and on the clips of the video, there's not really people around her, but she didn't just do it in Target. She went to Walmart. She went to Whole Foods. If you've ever been in a Whole Foods, if you ever been in a Walmart, it ain't a whole lot of room for you to be doing the bullshit that she's doing. And it's already like crowded enough. If I walked up behind somebody doing that bullshit and I'm just trying to get my groceries and get out, we might have some words like, bitch, move, what you doing? Like,
disrespect.
It's just like, girl, like, you ain't at home. You exercise at home. Like, I get you trying to multitask, but again, how often are you shopping? Because exercise is supposed to be routine. So are you going to the store that much that you can do this? Like, it's stupid. I don't understand it. So, you know, my initial response was, girl, whatever. And then after I thought about it, I could see why it would be annoying. But at the end of the day, I still just don't care enough. Like, unless she was in my way, unless she was in the aisle doing squats and shit and I couldn't get around her, that's when I would care. But outside of that, I don't give a fuck. It's stupid, but people do stupid shit every day. I just think, let people be stupid, unless it impacts you.
It just looks so white. I don't know if she white or not.
She look like she's a
she
spicy
look like she could
white.
Be like,
she's like a spicy white. Like, it's
I mean,
white
the kids that's with her is white.
Yeah.
I don't know if they her kids, but she look like some Samoan or something.
She's
Hawaiian.
spicy. She a spicy white.
What
whatever
that
she
mean?
Is. It's a little something sprinkled in there.
Spicy mayo?
Yeah.
Instead of regular mayo?
Yeah. A little something sprinkled in there. I don't know what she is. And her name is Sia. That's not, I don't know. Who knows?
Ain't no telling.
But yeah, it's stupid.
Okay, let me read some of these YouTube comments. These from 5 months ago. She did this for one reason. Attention. Wow, I'm going to start doing that and get attention too. Unless you're a Target mega freak, you really wouldn't get it. Don't even try. I really wish they'd make a modern day version of Breakfast at I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Wait, read it. I know what Breakfast at Tiffany's is.
I really wish they'd make a modern day version of Breakfast at Tiffany's, aptly named Breakfast at Target. Nothing very bad can happen to you there. Sia's actions are completely understandable.
See, here's my problem with people that say shit like that. If Sia was Boonquisha doing that shit, she'd have got asked to leave.
asked to leave.
Or police would have came.
Hell
and
yeah, police would have came and got that ass. That's what police doing these days. They coming to get black people from regular places from doing normal shit that other folks doing.
So I feel like if this was a black woman doing this, them comments would be a little bit different, is all I'm saying. Like, I don't think my black ass can go in Target right now and start squatting and shit in the aisles. Like, by the time I got up front, the police would be there, ma'am. We got a call that you were being disruptive.
Define disruptive, officer.
Who finna do that? I want to go home to my dog.
You right. I'm playing possum. I'm gonna fall on the ground, act like I'm having a seizure. If you ever seen Community, Pierce, Chevy Chase character, every time something get crazy, he fake a heart attack. I'm faking a heart attack. I'm already fat. They gonna be like, you know what? He's having a cardiac issue. Let's get the ambulance. Because if they still pull out the tasers and the guns on me, we gonna have a problem. I ain't really having a heart attack, but if I get tased, that's a lawsuit. I take that money.
But yeah, like, I feel like if that was a black woman doing that shit, them comments wouldn't be like, oh, that's okay. She's just being, unique. Like, it wouldn't be that. It'd be like, why is she doing that? She should be at home. If her kids had a father, like, it would just be bullshit. If she was black, going up and down the aisle, doing squats and shit.
I don't like the attention defense for things, man.
No.
I never like the attention defense because the most of the time you hear it be like about suicide. You know what I'm saying? They just doing this for attention, and sometimes like behaviors. I guess some kids can be doing it for attention, but it's not that simple.
No,
it's never that simple. Nope. It's never like ain't nobody sitting at their kitchen table like, what's gonna get me attention today? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody doing that shit. Like, how can I get attention? It's a million ways to get attention. I mean, maybe this woman just wanna. Maybe she was just in Walmart reaching down to the bottom shelf and she was like, oh, that stretch did me some good. And then she just started stretching and then she was like, you know what? I shop enough to do this. You know what I'm saying?
And other moms would benefit from, because they, something about becoming a mother, you join a secret club and like, they share all of this shit all the time. It's whole mommy and me, it's sites for the shit. So you join a club apparently once you give birth, it seems. And so, she's just sharing with other moms because other moms be in the store with but see, again, her kids I just feel like my kids would be talking shit about me. Like they would be like mom.
But that's black kids though. See, this is the thing. If you don't
like, daddy, mama was in the store twerking.
Listen.
And then I had to deal with that shit.
If you don't raise your black kids around black kids in a black community, you understand. Black kids are rough.
Yes.
So, Peanut, shout out to you. We had a conversation, and we'll come back to that conversation later. But we had a conversation.
Well, we were done with it, weren't we? Did you have?
No. I'm trying to connect it to this.
Okay.
We had we had a conversation about some stuff I said about Childish Gambino, white on the inside, black on the outside. But the conversation went to how tough kids can be. And he was like, man, it was a dude in our school that had an asthma attack in front of everybody. And we all started calling him Can't Breathe. He said,
that's rude as a motherfucker. Wow.
Oh, you don't mind me telling that story, but
nigga.
But what I'm saying is like, but it's the same thing as on life can't get right.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is a black community thing. I ain't saying white communities don't do it, but like black kids will roast whatever is roastable. It don't matter
what the fuck it is.
There's no boundaries.
Nope.
So if a black kid mama is in there doing all this crazy shit, they getting roasted. Like they gonna be on Snapchat. They gonna be like, look at my mama, y'all.
Yep.
Damn, twerking in Walmart with some damn dish detergent in her hand. This disrespectful. Well, I don't think kids would do that because they don't want. A lot of kids want their experience normalized. Do it, but they probably roast their mama to their siblings and to their mama and stuff like that.
And to their daddy. Like, let me tell you what your wife was doing. Your wife was in Target twerking down the aisle.
So she got kids that like a joyful and happy and you're like, yeah, mama's just having fun. Like that wouldn't happen.
Nope.
And it wouldn't even be in Walmart. It'll be like in Igor's shopping mart. Like
The fuck is Igor's?
Just a random store that they would have in the hood. I can't remember Inslee one's name.
Oh wow.
Inslee Food Mart. No, his name something. I can't remember what his name. They got a Winn-Dixie over there, but like, ain't nobody doing that in the hood.
Yeah. No.
Matter of fact, when we was at the movie to see Avengers, no, I went the second time. So, okay, every time we go to Avengers, we go on a Thursday at night, 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Ain't no grown people there. Ain't no kids.
Yes.
I went to see it the next day at 7. That's a different experience. First off, it was a whole bunch of kids in there that was clearly came in together, probably about 20, but they sat in different spaces. They all stood up and spread their arms out like an eagle or something, like they were flying. I don't know, or maybe to identify each other or something.
Was that?
And it was some black dudes in front of me. They was worried because they was all white. They was looking back at me, was like, "What the fuck do you white boys doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I don't know.
They signaling?
I was like,
that we need to get out?
This 16 and under shit. They was looking around like worried. They looked like they came from Inslee to come see this movie.
Because they looked like they were signaling some shit.
Yeah.
Like, they sick.
We
need to get out.
And like, it ain't like, to me, it was harmless. I work with them kids. They just being kids. And
but to some Inslee niggas.
Exactly. They was like, man, last time I heard about a movie theater with white people, they was getting shot.
Joker.
You know what I'm saying? What is this?
Yeah.
And they looked around like with legitimate concern. Yeah. And he was like, "Hey, sit y'all ass down." Like, I'm like, "Oh my goodness." You know, that I don't know, that's just some insight into like the black-white experience dynamic. But I understand people roasting this lady, man. Go work out somewhere regular.
Down.
Go to Walmart, shop, get your detergent. Neither one of her buggies had nothing. Like, and none of these, she didn't have anything.
You can't even get your shit.
I want to know, is she just going to the store to work out, or is she actually shopping and she just getting some workout done?
I mean, like I said, who go to the store? I mean, even people with kids. People with kids, let me know in the comments below, because we ain't got no kids, so I don't know nothing about that life. But I would think with kids, you don't want to even have to take them little motherfuckers to the store multiple times during the week. So I feel like she's just going in there to get like some cinnamon for a recipe and just deciding to do exercise and shit. Like, I feel like she going in there for small shit, and instead of her just getting that shit and leaving, she in there exercising. Yeah, she got to be, because again,
she should go somewhere with like working treadmills, like Academy or Dick's.
The only reason why she went to Walmart is because people was talking shit about her, saying that she needed to go to Walmart because she'll fit in with the other crazy people at Walmart.
Like, why you don't go to Dick's and like get some golf clubs and swing a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Or get you some weights and just lift them things. You in Walmart, ma'am, get out of the way of the salt and pepper. Like, be at least, because I'm looking at Eric, she over here with the towels. Ma'am, they got a whole section with weights.
Yep.
They got a whole section with balls and stuff you can just like pick up and move with that makes sense.
That's true.
At least people will think, oh, she bouncing the basketballs. Yeah, she trying to see which one she want to buy. You know, oh, she testing out them weights.
Yeah.
She in front of the towels. Ma'am, I need to drop my dishes. Get out the way. I don't agree.
People just be coming up with stupid stuff.
If
Go in and go out. I already hate shopping anyway. And then you in my way.
And what if this become a mass epidemic? What if we just walking around Walmart and everybody just squatting and bending over and shaking?
I'm going to be the rude one that's like, bitch, move. This is not... This ain't Planet Fitness. I need to get my sugar. That's all I came in for is sugar, and y'all bitches is in the way. This was supposed to take 5 minutes at the most, and y'all squatting and shit in front of the sugar. Move, bitch.
Listen, this is what y'all do. If y'all see somebody working out in Walmart like that or Target or anywhere, just go get like 10 boxes of cereal and drop them in their buggy and just keep going. Just get like 20 bags of Hershey's Kisses and just drop them in the basket and just go. They gonna have to put them back one by one.
They'll use some exercise, bitch. Work them.
Yeah.
Work them pecs. I don't know, muscle parts. So ridiculous.
Okay. So I talked about Peanut. This is a gentleman from a podcast that I used to guest on ever so often, and he getting another one started up when he let me know. I'm gonna let y'all know. But me and him had a conversation about the talk we had about Childish Gambino about being white on the inside and black on the outside, and he was like, that was like some divine intervention type shit, because I was just talking with somebody about that the day before, and then you bring that up on the podcast the next day. But he basically was just trying to understand the context by how that existence works, you know? And so if you've grown up in an environment that was mixed with white people and mixed with black people, there's a certain level of actions, words, dialect, clothing, sports that if you play them, black people look at you and be like, that's white people stuff. You wear Abercrombie and Fitch, white people stuff. You listen to pop, rock, well, a certain type of pop, rock, and country music, that's white people music.
Yeah.
You speak with intellect, a certain dialect, you know, proper speaking, not hood talk or ebonics, then you talking white.
Yep.
You know? And the problem with the people who do those things, because a lot of mamas be like, don't let me hear you talking like that. Or the mama buy them khakis and button up shirts for them to wear because, you know, they don't want their children to be visualized in a way that hood kids are visualized, you know, or they put kids in their sport. You know, if you're a black kid and you play lacrosse, you gonna get a scholarship somewhere.
Yeah. If
you could be just quarter of the way decent, you know, and you gonna get a scholarship somewhere. The dynamic that brings up is the black kids don't accept you, and the white kids don't accept you.
Yep.
And so you sit and hear this socially isolated individual who is what the black people would consider white on the inside, black on the outside, and what white people consider just black.
Yep.
Because it don't matter how you talk, how you dress, what music you listen to, you never gonna be accepted by white people.
Nope.
This is the same struggle that light-skinned people have with mixed race parents. Yeah, the black people say you don't fit in, and the white people say you don't fit in, and so they have this like isolated experience. But the difficulty with a black person is you look black, and so black people you look black.
Yeah,
you look like you should be talking like us, dressing like us, doing these things like that, and that's a very rigid way of being black, because black exists on a vast scale, a vast spectrum. And so we were just having that conversation, and you probably been told, well, I've been told, you know, you don't act black by white people.
Yes.
I've been told by black people I'm doing something that's white, or I'm wearing something that's white, or I'm listening to something that's white, because I definitely listen to rock music.
That was my whole high school experience. I listened to more rock music in high school than I did rap, to the point where even the white people were calling me white girl. Like, so that was my existence for a long time. I never it never made me feel like I needed to be more black, or I didn't feel like I needed to use the slang, and because my thing was, what kind of mentality y'all have where y'all equate white with proper English? Like we're not capable of that. I don't see that as talking white. I just see that as talking like I got some sense about myself.
English is just English.
Like, you know? I don't really understand how you equate that with being white. So I just kind of ignored it. I just was, and as I got older and got into different circles, moving into college, it didn't matter as much because I met other people that were like me. So we just kind of congregated together essentially. And then I didn't have to deal with the bullshit about not sounding black or none of that shit, because I was with other people that were like-minded and spoke the same way that I did. So I didn't have to really deal with it. But it's stupid. Like, the things that black people equate with being white or trying to be white are like positive things. And it's like, we are those things. Like, that ain't a white thing. We're those things too. Yeah. Like, that isn't me being white. That's just me being an intelligent person.
And you know, he went on to talk about that dude, and he went into the things that he's into, and he married a white woman. And you know, from Peanut's perspective, it's like, but you kind of are putting yourself into that situation. You know, if you wanted to, you know, be considered as black, you could do those things. But the truth of the reality is, being black don't exist. Being white don't exist. We've just conditioned ourselves to believe that these cultural norms that we do should be things that one group do versus what the other group do. And that's rooted in a history where white people wouldn't allow black people to do anything, you know. And so black people became very comfortable with the shit that they was doing. Like, we all right with Underground Jazz Club. We all right with getting our, you know, our shoes from the tailor the way he make them. You know, we all right with the way our clothes are. but as society branched off and opened up to, African Americans to participate in more of their stuff, one, white people were mad because like the Tommy Hilfiger effect, like I don't want black people wearing my stuff type situation. But you expect some people to branch out from that, but the core of it is that black people turned that into a negative because the interpretation of it was that you were selling out. Now, if you want to look this up, and I probably mentioned this on the podcast before, but it's called oppositional culture theory. That's the acting black accusation or acting white accusation amongst black people. But the research shows that like that in the black community, that's not the only place where this happens. So they did this same study in rural Idaho, where you got farmers and then you got the judges and lawyers' kids. The same dynamic existed because you got poor rural farmers who wear their overalls, and I'm just gonna stereotypically say some things. They got a piece of straw in their mouth from the broomstick, and they got their hat on. And once you are a farmer's child and you take that hat off and you take that straw out and you change your overalls for business suits, it started being, oh, you acting like the judge's kids and the lawyer's kids. So it seemed to be a dynamic between where the groups that have been oppressed by a bigger group, you selling out if you participate in that other group shenanigans, So it's I mean, a lot of stuff that we go through in America is rooted in white supremacy, regardless of however we want to shake it. That's what it's invested in. And then it got to where that guy started having a dialogue about how he prefer white women because black women, blah, 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 blah. And so I don't agree with you dating anybody because of an aversion to another group of people. Love who you want to love because you love that person outside of their race. If you come to me with some bullshit about some black women are loud, black women are angry, black women are blah, 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 then we gonna have a problem. Because I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna go hard on black women like that. You got a black mama, black grandmama. I got all those things. And if you don't value yours, fine. But I'm gonna defend mine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna defend black in general because I value melanin in its many shades. I'm gonna support brown people, but black is what I know. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that dialogue went. But he also added a question for us though. This was in the context of a big conversation. To continue off our conversation yesterday, if you want to use this as a listener letter, that's all right. In today's climate, when my son does something or says something whiny or doesn't act tough or does something that I perceive as weak, is it wrong if I say to him, why you acting like a little girl? Me and him outside doing yard work, and he was out there catching hell, and I used the term, and it made me think of our conversation yesterday. I'll probably never stop using it because in my head, I need him to be tough, and that is one of my ways to motivate him and keep him going and move forward and don't quit when shit gets hard.
Okay, so, Mr. Peanut. Let me tell you why that's problematic. So you tell him stop acting like a girl to get him to be tough, to get him to be what is not perceived as weak. What that does is put in his mind that being a girl is bad and being a woman means that you're weak. And so it just perpetuates this cycle that we have of men looking at women like they are inferior. You don't have to get him to be the things you want him to be at the expense of women. Because when he grows up and he's interacting with women and his whole life has been based off of thinking that being a woman is a bad thing or behaving like a woman is a bad thing. It's a weak thing. It's an inferior thing. This is why you have, misogyny and the reason why you have men looking down on women. You don't have to do that at the expense of women. You don't, being a girl is not a bad thing. And by telling him stop acting like this, because it's like you're instilling in him that it is bad, and it's problematic, and it perpetuates this cycle of bullshit that we have going on.
And from my perspective, depending on the child that you have, his perception of what you're saying may not be delivering the message you hope to be delivering. He could be feeling belittled by what you're saying. Because if he already feels like, from your perspective, that girls are weak, then imagine how he feels emotionally being called that. Mm-hmm. You know? Now, the reality is his shift should be away from feeling that girls are weak somehow, because it's a little girl on my caseload. She is a savage.
Yeah. Some of us are.
Bruh, she will go out into the middle of the woods and find a deer head of a deer that died just so she can keep like the head of it, the skull. Damn. You know, or she legitimately would just go deep into the woods and come out with like stuff like clay that she found in the middle of the woods or turtles it's ridiculous. It's girls out here that will out yard your son. You know what I'm saying? And so, but imagine when you think like that, imagine what you accept from your girls or from your nieces. What you're saying is when they cry, it's okay. What you're saying is when they give up, you will accept that.
And it's expected that women will at some point. Like, no, you are supposed to be raising all of your kids to be independent, to be go-getters, to be able to endure America. Living in America, being a black child, whether you're a boy or a girl in America, is difficult, and you're supposed to be giving them the tools to manage that and to navigate that as they get older. Instilling into a little girl that she's weak and she's always going to be weak, and that it's okay for her to be weak, and that everybody expects it. Because growing up, I have 3 brothers, and growing up hearing that, it's bad for them to act like me, that leaves an impression on you, because that's what you hear. Like, it's stop acting like a little girl in a negative way. So like me being a little girl is a negative thing. It's a bad thing. And I know that's not the message that you are wanting to portray, but that's how it comes off when you do it in that way. There are ways for you to build him up, build his self-esteem, build up his endurance. Let him know that when things get hard, you don't just quit, because that's not a female quality. You don't want anybody that you're raising, girl or boy, to be giving up when shit get hard, because life is going to get hard. And so you don't have to do that at the expense of women.
You can desire for your son to have qualities as a human, not as a boy and not as a girl. And it sounds like what's important to you is that when you start something, you finish it. That should go for a boy or a girl. When something gets hard, you don't give up. That should go for a boy or a girl. Like, you don't have to isolate those things. You find what is valuable for you in people, and you deliver those things to your son. You don't have to deliver them as a base of comparison. You know what I'm saying? At least not with another gender. I mean, if there's an animal that give up, like a lemmings, they just follow behind the other one. Like,
don't be a lemon, nigga.
Compare them to creatures or something. Don't be a lemon. Don't just follow. I'm gonna need you to do a report about lemons for me, so you can see what they do. They'll walk, because a lemon will walk off a cliff behind, another a whole lemon. Line of them will just walk off a cliff. None of them will stop and say, "Hey, I don't think that's a good idea." They just keep doing the same thing, But as far as needing him to be tough, there's ways to deliver that will be more effective than evoking those negative emotions. Because when you say stop acting like a little girl, what that's gonna do for most boys is make them mad. Like, I ain't no little girl.
Yep.
And if you're trying to, like, I guess I don't want to say shame or guilt, that those are too harsh of a words, but if you're trying to evoke that negative emotion to do that, it's just gonna drive a barrier between how he feel about women and girls. In that sense, and he got a mama, and he got sisters, and he got cousins, and I just know that you don't want him to feel that way about the women in his life. I mean, unless your level of misogyny is deep enough to feel that way, then maybe that's the case. But from the conversation we had, I don't think that's the case. But there's more ways to allocate that message to him. You know what I'm saying?
Without
what
doing
you can
it
say
at the expense of girls?
Like, and not only that, but like, compare him to men. If you gonna compare him to a gender, say, look, son, let me show you what men do. Let me tell you how men behave. Make him understand the context of what he's going to become, because it sounds like that's what you are. Listen, son, men, we don't give up. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's hard. I mean, that I ain't gonna say that's the same.
It ain't the same.
It ain't the same.
No.
It's not drawing a parallel between a woman and assuming that she must be like that.
Yeah.
He could just be like that. The scale is weak men versus strong men.
Yes, instead of men and women.
Not men and women.
Yeah.
So what men do is this,
Yes.
and you need to have that same message for your, I don't know if you got daughters, you have the same message for your daughters of what you believe is valuable for your daugers.
Because she don't need to give up too.
Yeah, at the end of the day, giving up ain't something men or women should do. At the end of the day, when you start something, you should finish it. If you're a person,
it's hard out here in America just being black. Shit. Being black and female is hard. And
black women are on the bottom of the totem pole
all the time
of American fuckery.
All the time.
That's just how it is.
It is.
I'm sorry. And then I guess black men, and then Native American women, Native American men, or maybe we real close on that front. Then you go to Latino, then you go to Asian, and then you go to white.
White is on top. And women are still, white women are going to be lower than white men, but white women are above everybody else. Like, you're just below white men, but you're still above my black ass.
Yeah.
And you're still above, let me not be racist. You still above a Latino woman.
What you finna say?
Give a stereotypical Spanish name.
Oh.
Which is racist. I'm not going to do that.
It ain't racist if it's a common name.
But attributing it to, they may not name you. It's people from the Latinas with names that are not stereotypical.
But if the name is a traditionally Spanish name, and we know it's a traditionally Spanish name, it ain't racist.
It still kind of seems wrong. White women are above everybody. But
it's racist to do that with black people. Because we don't have traditional names, because our traditional names is the names that white people gave us. So it's pretty much white traditional, but we try to come up with our own thing. And if you use the things we try to come up with, you definitely racist. If you be like Bonquisha, or if you add "sha" to anything, problem. If you use a car, Lexus, Mercedes, problem. Like, don't use none of that for us. But if you use something like, what's his Spanish name? What you were finna say? What name were you finna use?
It went away because we've been talking. What was I finna say? I don't know.
What was the name of a Turk woman on Scrubs?
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
Dang it!
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
The Mexican lady that worked at Red Lobster with me was named Pena.
Okay, that's not true. I ain't never heard of that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know all the traditional.
If it was a man, we could easily go with Juan. But I can't.
I can't think of one for women.
Anyway, we got off subject.
Yes.
But yeah, deliver the message to your children, not at the expense of any other group. We in the black community, we already have a much big enough issue with relations between men and women.
Yep.
We have a big enough issue with colorism, as you experienced with the old boy that you was talking to, and we just, the end to a lot of these problems starts with giving our children a cultural and perceptual shift from the shit that we already talk about, what we already discuss.
Yep.
So I just encourage you to find a more positive way to do that, and at least don't do it at the cost of women. Like, do it at the cost of help him understand what a man look like.
Yeah, do it at the cost of weak ass niggas. Tell him what, again, strong men versus
son, let me tell you what weak ass niggas do. But let me tell you what men do. You know what I'm saying? Strong black men. Let me tell you what they do. Yep. This is what they do. You know what I'm saying?
And this is who I'm raising you to be.
Yeah.
So, well.
Last letter that we got came from Rockman 3K3.
I'm so scared. Every time, I never know what direction he's going to go with his question.
It ain't bad.
Okay.
It just takes some thought. Hey guys, it's Rockman 3K3. I ain't going to try to do his voice the whole time. One half of the Nerd Plate, best podcast in the galaxy. And I just wanted to say, great show last week. In response to your complete turn off to the brand part of the show, if you are a celebrity therapist, what celebrity or celebrities would be off limits in terms of offering your service as therapists? Keep up the good work, and thank you for all of the critical thinking that goes into Conversation Con artists.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't work with Chris
Why
Brown.
not? What's wrong with Chris Brown?
I just don't feel like he. So here's the thing about being a therapist, and the lesson that you learn very early on is that people change when they get ready to, and not a moment before. So you not gonna make somebody be ready, and I don't think Chris right now where he's at is ready. And so I feel like we would just be at odds the whole time because I don't feel like he's there yet. He's not ready for change. And I feel like if he came, it would be because it was court ordered or his publicist was trying, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't want to deal with that because I don't feel like he would be ready. And so that's the only caveat to being a therapist is that you have to learn that people change when they get ready. You can help them. I help people with the change that they want to make when they want to make it, but I don't make them change. And so I wouldn't want to work with Chris because I don't think Chris is at a place yet where he ready to like address whatever demons he got in his past and all of that. I don't think he's there yet. So I just wouldn't want to work with him because I feel like it wouldn't go anywhere.
So my response has a range of celebrity. Narcissistic personality disorder.
R. Kelly, I don't want to work with R. Kelly either.
R. Kelly, why not?
I don't want to work with any pedophiles ever.
So
if
you
I
got a
can
range
choose.
too.
Yeah. No pedophiles. No
We already
pedophiles.
know how you feel from Pedophile Island episode.
Yes.
You
Fuck
gonna send them all to an
all
island
to
and
an island.
let them be murdered by the
I'm
little
all right.
wildlife.
I'm all right with that.
Narcissistic personality disorder. So off top, Kanye, Donald Trump's.
No.
Anybody that has an over inflated sense of self, I can't do it.
Well,
I mean, narcissistic personality disorder, don't get me wrong, already a disorder that like therapy ain't gonna help that much, especially not that fast.
A lot of personality disorders are that way. And I don't know if people realize
I've actually
that.
worked with borderline personality disorder.
I hate working with them.
Borderline personality disorder, what they do is they create a reality that they can get some sympathy and empathy for. And so sometimes it's hard to know if they telling the truth or not. So when you know that it's borderline personality disorder, you can't validate the shit that they trying to get validated. You kind of gotta, like, they really seeking for you to say, oh, but you can't say, oh, because they got your ass now. Or you can't say, oh, I feel so bad for you because now they got your ass. Like, so it's hard because they battling trying to get you to do that. And you against what, you know, what's the first word? Positive regard.
What do you mean? What's the unconditional?
Unconditional positive regard that therapy would say do. It's hard to do that with that because it goes against what therapy say do. So I work with borderline. That was hard. I don't want to do that no more. As a 56-year-old woman, it was crazy.
It's awful. Yeah, personality disorders in general.
But outside of that range, Kanye and Trump.
Yeah,
who else? Lil fucking Bow Wow.
Oh yes, no.
I don't even know what's wrong with Lil Bow Wow. I just feel like I would be in the therapist chair like he lame as fuck. Like, why he need this much attention? I don't know what it is about Bow. And you know what? I guess I ain't the only person that feel like that. Now I don't know. Like, I've always been impartial to Bow Wow. Never cared about the boy one way or another. Anything he was in. Can't name a song right now that he's doing. It was a wild factor when he came out with Jermaine Dupri and he did that little fast verse when he was a little kid. Cool, big ups to you. But like after that, it's like, I don't care nothing about Bow Wow. And I don't know if I'm feeding into the whole society right now or if Bow Wow really just exudes this level of something.
He just whack.
His aura is one that when you experience it, it's like, I don't give a fuck about this person.
Well, ooh, Ray J. I wouldn't want to work with Ray J.
What's wrong with Ray J?
What you mean? What ain't wrong with Ray J? I feel like Ray J falls under the personality disorders. Ray J got some narcissistic qualities.
I don't know enough about Ray J. I like one of his albums. The album with One Wish on it.
He the one who said that he was gonna have Fabulous raped.
Oh, Booty Gang.
Yeah. No, I don't want to. He is not. I don't think that he's centered in reality. He has this inflated image of himself and what he thinks he is, and then there's reality. So I would not want to work with Ray J because I feel like I would just be sitting up there like, you whack as fuck. Like you know how whack you are. so whack. You're nowhere near where you think you are. So I wouldn't want to work with Ray J. I don't think I wouldn't want to work with none of the Migos because I don't think I understand what the fuck they was saying, especially the one that was like,
I feel like the Migos. I feel like they got a soundproof meeting room and they meet around a round table with some execs and some other intelligent people,
and they talk regular.
They be like, so tell me about the particulars of this last album release, and hey, we need to make up some new words. We're really getting a little bit of flack from the same things that we're saying. How about dripping sauce or something like that? What? let's come up with something. Minds, come on, kick it in.
I would die if I ever found that out. That would be fucking amazing. I would die. I would work with them then. They stand, no.
You know what? At least, I feel like at least one of them dudes is just a marketing genius.
I feel like if it was gonna be anyone, it would be Quavo. I get a vibe from him that maybe
I don't know because ain't Quavo the one with Cardi B?
No, that's Offset.
Oh, that's
why
Offset.
I didn't say him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Offset.
no, that's why I was saying Quavo. Yeah,
it's one of them other two.
Offset is the one that's with Cardi B. And I don't even know the name of the third.
Take
nigga.
Off.
Okay, what the fuck is these names? Yeah, Take Off. So yeah, no. If anybody, I can see Quavo.
I'm going up like a plane. I'm gonna take off. That's my name. What y'all names is?
Then Quavo.
I ain't regular. I'm slightly offset. okay. He's like, and Quavo like, nigga, I'm using my nickname that I done had since high school. What's wrong with y'all? I'm Quavo.
So maybe
he like, you know what? I love tequila.
Oh, fuck.
My favorite kind is Quavo. I almost spell it hood though. Quavo.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know. But
yeah,
I feel like one of them is
them.
a genius. I feel like one of them is listen, y'all, we gotta slur our words. This how we gonna get rich.
If one of them is, I would think that it would be Quavo. So maybe I could work with him. But them other two, because I don't like when I have to be like, what? What'd you say? Like I don't like, and I've had sessions like that where either they were like really soft spoken, where I'm like, I don't want to get in your face, like, but what? I can't hear you. Can you speak up? So yeah, I don't. No, I don't want to deal with that. They can't talk.
Somebody I just thought about through how his personality is. I don't think I could work with Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah, he'd be too goofy. I feel like he wouldn't
I
take
don't
it
even
serious.
think he goofy. Like I feel like he got anger. I feel like he got anger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I can see that.
I feel like he got like a really quick trigger.
Yeah.
For getting upset because it's isolated time. He makes his anger. He like transforms his anger into goofiness, but the reason that he became goofy in some instances is rooted in anger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
and he got some narcissism going on with him too. You know, but I mean, I like how he's a good storyteller.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'd be like, it'd be hard to work with somebody like that. Anyway,
I wouldn't want to work with Melania Trump.
Why not? What's wrong with Melania?
I don't, because not to say that. Okay. So when I was getting ready to do my internship, when I was getting my master's,
You met Melania?
I didn't meet Melania,
Oh.
but
You worked with a Russian?
I didn't work with a Russian.
Oh.
I had the opportunity to volunteer to see if I wanted to do a placement at a shelter for battered women.
Okay.
Very quickly, I learned that despite the fact that I know the psychology behind why women stay in situations that are bad for them, I can't. And so I don't think Melania is being like physically abused, but like, bitch, you don't even want to hold this nigga's hand.
They little hands.
She knew that nigga had little hands when she married
He got hands
him.
like the dude from Scary Movie. Take my good hand. Take my hand.
She knew he had little hands when she married him. Like, she's so fucking unhappy, and it's so evident that she's unhappy. So like, that would be difficult for me, because my thing is, bitch, leave. Like, you got a kid with this nigga, you gonna get money, leave. I don't understand. So that would be difficult for me. Like, I'm not saying that she's obviously she's not physically
Listen,
abused,
man,
but I feel like he an ass. I can't.
She came over here whenever she came over here as a model, married this man, had a kid, and was like, you know what? I'll just shop the rest of my life. Like, I got this man kid. I'm good for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but that means you can leave because she.
But the problem with that is she ain't want to have to come create no initiatives for bullying. Like, she got to use her brain now. She got to talk on purpose. She got to not say stuff on purpose. She got staff that she got to tend to. She don't want to deal with no staff.
No.
She had to move out of her house to live in the White House. And the White House, it probably got roaches.
I hate you.
You can't stop roaches from being somewhere that they want to be at.
I hate you so much.
You gotta throw the whole White House away. And you ain't finna tell me this the same house them early presidents was in and ain't no roaches.
I hate you so much.
Okay?
But
They can get rid of rats. That's easy. Roaches are going to survive a nuclear war. It's one of the last things that's going to be here. They're going to evolve to the next species of creature. They're going to be walking around here like that motherfucker on Men in Black 2. That big ass cockroach.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they going to be. And they in the White House. And Melania don't want that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, even if what you decided to go in for has changed now because he became president and you ain't with it, leave, bitch. You sitting up here looking miserable as fuck. When they all got together when Bush is at the funeral for his wife, that's the happiest I'd have ever seen her. And he wasn't nowhere to be found because he didn't
The picture
go.
of her next to Obama?
Yeah, she looked happy as a motherfucker. Like, if he makes you that fucking unhappy, and if you're like so unhappy that you literally knowing cameras on you are snatching your hand away from this nigga, don't even care. She just like, I don't care who knows. No, I don't want to hold your hand.
But we don't know her heart.
Get off. I'm not. Okay, move on. Because I'm not finna do this shit with you. You done ran out. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not even going to respond to that because it's so ridiculous. No.
Bruh, like, I watched the CNN special and they was talking about Trump being a racist. And I just have to say this. If you come over here and you steal my money off of my counter, you only got once or twice to do it before I call you a thief. I don't wait until you say, hey, everybody, I'm a thief. You are a thief based off of your actions, your decision.
Yes.
People are racist based off of what they do.
Yes. They're never gonna. What racist? Hell, even the KKK don't admit to being racist. They think that they're just trying to save the white race. So if you're waiting on somebody to be like, hey, everybody, I'm John and I'm a racist, it ain't gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. That's not how that works.
And every time somebody challenged conservatives as it pertains to Donald Trump's things that he said about racism, they keep saying, I don't believe he's a racist. We don't know his heart. What? What I'm gonna tell you is that nigga heart is 72 full of ketchup and steak. That's a problem. Like, that's what his heart is.
They need to go find Kwame's ring from Captain Planet. When he heart,
yeah.
Kwame, get his ring so you can read it. That's the only way you gonna know that shit.
Worst power ever. I'd be mad if I had the ring heart. We already know that people fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't need a ring for that.
Nope.
I know that Donald Trump is a problem. I don't need a ring to know what his heart like. I mean, conservatives need a ring.
Apparently.
To know that, you know, the things that he do is racist. Mm-hmm. You know, and the problem is, though, maybe in his heart, he don't believe he's racist.
Most racists don't.
You know?
Again, the KKK would never say that they were racist, but we all know what the fuck time it is.
But it's only so many snuts. It's only so many Native Americans you can allow this pipeline to be fucking up their community.
Yep.
It's only so many black people you can say, what have you got to lose, when the answer is clearly every damn thing we got.
Everything.
You know, it's only so many times you can implicate the whole Latino population being a problem, which is why you got to build a wall. It's only so many times you can keep doing this shit before you're just racist. It ain't no measure that I got to figure out about you. I don't need to go look at your heart. The only thing that need to look at your heart is a goddamn cardiologist.
Yep.
Not me. I'm seeing what you're doing. I'm hearing what you're saying. And to me, it's racism.
Yes. Accurate.
So I'm sorry, went off on a little tangent there.
But yeah, that's it. Melania, I wouldn't want to.
Well, I hope that list appeases your question, Rockman 3K3.
Yes, indeed.
It's a lot more people that can probably be added to that list, but
that gives you an idea of the kind of people we would want to see.
It does.
So that will be it. Long section this week, but we love it. So please send us. It doesn't have to be questions. It could be stories that you want us to talk about, scenarios that you saw that you want our opinion on.
Yeah, today clearly we got like a lot of listener interaction, and we pretty deep in, so we ain't gonna have as many topics as we normally have. But if it's stuff that goes on that you really want to talk about, let's talk about it. But I do got a lot of shit I want to talk about for real though.
I mean, well, if you have something that you would like for us to answer to, you can send it into our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artists, and catch us there. I mean, most of the show, the rest of the show gonna be this nigga.
So we ain't gonna kill the whole show with Kanye West, but we gotta talk about Kanye West, okay? And I think everybody know what's going on with Kanye West.
I don't know how you could not know.
If you don't know what's going on with Kanye West, he tweeted out support for Donald Trump, said, I love him, we dragon brothers, or whatever he said.
They both have dragon energy.
They both have dragon energy, which I don't know what the fuck that means.
It means Kanye and La La Land. That's what it means.
Kanye promotes some albums, so this is what Kanye do. But it's plenty of ways to do it.
Yes.
Besides this, and yes. Kanye came out in support of Trump, and then everybody caught him out on it. In 20 minutes, he lost 20 million followers.
Yes.
And then he came out with a picture of a Make America Great Again hat.
Yep.
Doubled down on that shit.
With a bunch of, who was them white men in the picture with him? A bunch of white men.
Some people that was in the restaurant he was in. Hey, come on, guys. He probably said, let me borrow your Make America Great Again hat. And then was like, did that.
There was some random white men in the picture with him.
And then the way this timeline is progressing, John Legend sent him a message like, Kanye, bruh, what are you doing? We just ordinary people. You know what I'm saying? And then Kanye was like, see, you letting the media run your mind, and I'm a free thinker, so this is what I'm gonna do. And so he posted the conversation that John Legend, he was like, you using my fan base as leverage to get me to think how you want to think. Fuck you. He didn't say fuck you, but like that's the progression of the timeline. Then Chance the Rapper came out like, hey, Ye, my brother, we both from Chicago. He's a mentor. Hey, black people can be
black people don't have to be Democratic.
Black people don't have to be Democrats. And then
let me just pause just for that, just a second, before we get to what the response was with Chance. Let me tell you why Chance, even before the rest of this that happened after this, the problem that I had with Chance even tweeting that out is I don't like when people purposefully try to redirect from what the conversation is. The conversation was about Kanye supporting Donald Trump specifically, not Republicans. Donald Trump specifically. You skew the conversation by throwing this shit in about how black people don't have to be Democrats. We fucking know that. There are a lot black people with money. They would be in their best interest financially to be Republican. You know what I'm saying? So like you didn't skew the conversation away from. Then nobody even said nothing about no motherfucking Republicans. Chance.
And listen, Chance the Rapper came to a Prince concert dressed like Michael Jackson. That's what he did. Clearly, we know you enjoy Prince because you know what I'm saying, you here, but you dressed like Michael at the wrong goddamn time, brother. You finna get your ass beat at this concert. Pretty
much.
You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody kept saying, well, he's not wrong. Ain't nobody saying his argument don't have shit to do with what the conversation was. Nobody was saying that Chance is wrong. Chance is absolutely right. If you want to be a black Republican, absolutely. There's plenty of them out there. Join Ben Carson. That's fine. Nobody was saying that black people could not be Republican. You use that to try to divert the conversation away from the fact that Kanye is supporting a known racist, a known misogynist, a known bigamist, like all of these fucked up things that we know about Trump. That was what the conversation was about. So you doing that is why people got in your ass. It wasn't because people thought you were wrong. It wasn't because people feel like black folks can't be Republican. It's because, nigga, that wasn't the conversation. Wasn't the conversation at all. And so that's why people got in his ass. And he thought it was fine until the rest of this happened.
So finishing my timeline, Chance the Rapper was all like, said what he said. And then Trump came out and was like, hey, thanks, Kanye. Thanks, Chance the Rapper. Chance was like, oh, shit. My name Bennett. I ain't in it. No, you in it now, motherfucker.
Because you should have shut what we call the fuck up.
And then he came out with anyone who knows me knows how passionate I am about my city and my loved ones. Kanye is a mentor, a big brother to me. He's my family. No matter how much I may disagree with him, it's hard to watch people talking about somebody I love, even if they were justified in doing so. I didn't speak up because I agree with what Kanye had to say because I fuck with Trump. I did it because I wanted to help my friend and because I felt like I was being used to attack him. You know what? Don't get in the battles that you ain't got shit to do with.
Wasn't nobody even thinking about you, Chance. You did this to yourself, my nigga.
Chance came out trying to give that Shaw City love to his Shaw City brother. Give that love to Obama. Give that love to somebody else from Chicago.
better
Give
yet,
that to BJ the Chicago kid.
do what John Legend do. Contact him directly. Don't post no shit and get involved in this bullshit. Because John Legend stuff got posted because of Kanye. John Legend didn't get on Twitter saying no shit. He contacted him directly and was like, hey man, you fucking up. Chance, you decided to get on Twitter and do this. Then when Satan decided to tweet about you, now you want to try to distance yourself and shit. It's too late.
The last tweet he said was my fault, yo.
Yep.
Like, you got used as a pawn in a situation. And then Trump come out talking about some Kanye West is a pillar of the black community. He's done so much for the community.
He's helping black people open up their eyes. That, and let me, are you done with your timeline? Because
my timeline is over.
Okay. So when Kanye first did this, I was very aware that it was a publicity stunt or whatever. My problem was not that, because this Kanye being Kanye, my issue was with the fact that black people have a tendency to be put into one little box together. So Kanye doing this was gonna make shit for us, because white people gonna be like, well, Kanye, you know, I'm not racist or I'm not wrong in my opinion about this shit because Kanye West. They're gonna use him as the example. And I feel like my point was further made as regarding that when Trump used him to be like, black people, open up your eyes. Like, Kanye's opening up, you know, finally African-American eyes are being open. Bitch, no, they not. Kanye, first of all, Kanye don't speak for me. Secondly, ain't nothing that Kanye gonna open my eyes up to. Like, the fact that you think that the assumption is that black people vote Democrat because they don't know no better, because we stupid and we just sheep and we just following behind. The fact of the matter is, if you look at what both of these parties, and both of them fucked up, don't get me wrong. If you look at what both of these parties say that they're about, you're not going to be, it's not going to benefit you to be a black Republican unless you have money. I completely understand celebrities or people that have a lot of money that are Republican. I get it. But the problem is, and I think you've talked about this before, that you have people that are one issue voters that you gonna go rock with Republicans because they pro-life, but they don't do anything else once the baby get here. Like, you can't be pro-life and then cut programs that's gonna help mothers that don't have the money to pay for these babies that are here now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get to do that. You pro-life, you should be pro-whole life, not let's just get them here and then let me just step the fuck back. So my issue was never with it. Kanye's stupid. He do this. This what he do. But my issue was just, I knew that Trump and other people like him were going to look at this and be like, look at Kanye helping the black people.
Well, the dilemma with that is, and still the dilemma is, that conservatives have hated Kanye ever since he said George Bush don't like black people.
Yeah.
And it further just reinforces the idea that Trump values more people that support him than the content of what the people that support him are.
Yeah.
Horrible people who say nice words to him,
he with it,
will get his attention.
He with
whether
it.
It's a North Korean dictator, whether it's a murderous Russian regime.
Did you see his interview on Fox and Friends?
Yeah.
That nigga mentioned Diamond and Silk. If y'all don't know who Diamond and Silk is, it's these two ghetto
They are not
ass
precious metals and a fabric woven from a spider in China. That's not what they are in this context.
Hood ass bitches that have been pro-Trump from the beginning, and they made all of these videos. And these bitches are uninformed and crazy. But because they're like saying nice things about him, he got on Fox and Friends and did a shout out to Diamond and Silk.
That ain't the only reason. They actually got a Senate hearing because they believed that Facebook discriminated on them by canceling their pages. Like, Facebook canceled their page or something. They got a Senate hearing. Your tax dollars went to a panel of senators hearing Diamond and Silk. Listen, when I tell you, ain't nobody said these women's real names. Ain't not now white person that ever came into no Senate hearing referred to as Duke and Duke, whatever the Dukes of Hazzard, whatever their names is.
Oh yeah, I can't think of that.
They whole name is there. I don't even know Diamond and Silk name. And Trump said Diamond and Silk name. Then reporting on it on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News. Diamond and Silk. How disrespectful and dismissive must you be of those two women?
That you don't even try to use their actual names. Oh yeah.
But damn, how dismissive of their existence are you that they real name don't even get no play?
Nope. I still don't know the bitch's real name. But like he shouting out these two hood rats on Fox and Friends. Like it's but only he just is a toddler. And Fox and Friends,
Lynette Hardaway and Rochelle Richardson.
Oh nigga.
They names all kinds of over 50.
Oh Lord Jesus.
My bad.
If y'all have not watched his Fox and Friends interview, I would encourage you to do so, only because it is the most ridiculous, non-coherent. Like, they look horrified. They couldn't get any words in. They knew he was putting his foot in his mouth. They kept trying to save him. He wasn't hearing it.
The biggest issue that came from Trump is that Michael Cohen.
He said he wasn't really his look. Like, he had those
Michael
little bit
Cohen
of
has
things.
been trying to sell that all of our stuff is covered under attorney-client privilege. What the fact that Donald Trump went on there and said he hadn't been my lawyer for everything, just a small portion.
A tiny portion.
Opened up himself for all of that other communication to not have been.
The prosecutor went and did a motion the day that he did that fucking. Is that the prosecutor for that case?
No, that's not the prosecutor.
The prosecutor for that case.
That's the Stormy Daniels lawyer.
Oh,
He's opening all these cans of worms up for him.
The prosecutor for as far as the season of that stuff, did a motion using Trump's words, saying that if he's saying that he's barely his lawyer, attorney-client privilege should not stand in this matter, when the client is saying he was barely his lawyer. Like, he just, that whole interview saying shit, he's still talking about him winning because that's all he got at this point, because he's accomplished nothing else. And so he still have to go back to the fact that he win and the numbers of the states that he won in and his inauguration audience, and he just keep going back to that shit because he don't have nothing else. But if you haven't watched that interview, it's just very funny to see how horrified they are, because they're pro-Trump, and so they didn't invite him on the show to fuck him up, but he fucked himself up. But fuck Kanye. Like, Chance the Rapper, let me say, I hope you learn about how to do what they call shutting the fuck up now. I hope you learned the lesson from this, that you don't need to get yourself involved in bullshit, because it was so simple for you to not have said nothing. Now you got a shout out from Cheeto Satan, and now you got to backtrack and shit, when you could have just kept your mouth closed and stayed out of it, my nigga. Didn't nobody tell you to get involved. Now you want to backtrack and then release this long ass apology and shit. Like, nigga.
So the next thing I'm gonna do, first off, Kanye got two new songs out.
Scoopity scoop.
One of them start on a nice, decent sounding beat, and he just say nonsense words on it. I don't know what the fuck that is, y'all.
Scoopity boopity bop.
He's saying the shit she's saying, like, she ain't playing.
I'm not making that up. Like, those are his words.
So, and then the song end. I thought like maybe something was gonna happen at some point. It's disrespectful. Then the other one, clearly in response to this, what's going on, was a song with him and T.I. called Ye versus the People.
Yes.
In which is like Kanye debating his perspective with T.I., which represents what we all thinking.
Yes.
So I wanted to go through these lyrics real quick.
Okay. I haven't listened to this one because fuck him.
Anyway, I just got a problem with the first line altogether, but T.I. ain't with the shits in this whole thing.
What's the first line?
I knew, and now so they alternate each line. I know Obama was heaven sent, but ever since Trump won, it proved that I could be president.
What? Oh, well, no.
What?
Yeah. Kanye
a crazy narcissistic motherfucker?
Yes. That's true.
I guess so.
That's absolutely true. He right.
I guess so.
Because he more like Trump than he ever would be like Obama. So yeah, that's accurate.
He more like Trump than he'd ever be like anybody. And T.I.'s like, yeah, you can. At what cost though? Don't go against the teachings that Ye taught for. Then he said, yo, Tip, I hear your side and everything, and everybody talk though, but ain't going against the grain everything I fought for. Probably so, yay, but where you trying to go with this? It's some shit you just don't align with and don't go against. He say you just reading the headlines, you don't see the fine print. You on some choosing side shit. I'm on some unified shit.
Kanye, you sound like them white folks.
I just have a problem with Kanye. Everything Kanye is saying. It's bigger than your selfish agenda. If your election ain't gonna stop police from murdering niggas, then shit. He said, bruh, I never even stopped fighting for the people. Actually wearing that hat will show people that we equal. What the fuck about wearing that Make America Great Again hat shows anything about being equal? I just don't understand. I don't understand Kanye in this. Now, don't get me wrong. Kanye, I don't think he's a coherent, understandable person. I don't think you're supposed to really understand.
Top hats and monocles. Remember,
you know
that's what you said, the land of top hats and
that's
monocles.
where he live at. We know that. But, like, this is dangerous.
It is.
This is dangerous.
Yeah.
He's in the land of top hats and monocles talking kind of about things that he don't understand, but he using it in a bad way. He using it in the wrong way. You got to see the vantage point of the people. What makes you feel equal makes them feel evil. See, that's the problem with this damn nation. All blacks got to be Democrats, man. We ain't made it off the plantation.
Oh, fuck you, nigga.
And I won't go back into the rest of the song. I'll let y'all keep going, but T.I. represent as after that the song was released, T.I. posted, yesterday spent the day with Kanye. Long-term work in progress, no doubt. Still optimistic. Something from our discussion gon' stick. I refuse to just give up on him. The old Ye is too important.
Fuck that.
Listen.
Look. Listen. It's a point of no return. Unless he's gonna get, I don't know what's going on with Kanye. I still feel like this nigga ain't been right since his mom died. The album cover, did you see that he was gonna make the album cover
be the doctor
that killed his mom? That did the surgery.
That performed the surgery that led to his mom's demise.
Yes. Like,
and it's supposed to be called Love Everybody or something?
Yeah, because somebody, he was asking for ideas of titles, and somebody said that, and he was like, I love that. And so I think that's what it's going to be. That just shows you how unstable, because forgiveness, that is not forgiveness. What he is doing and putting that man on his album cover is not forgiveness. That he's not in a place of forgiveness. So Kanye struggling with whatever the fuck he's struggling with. So T.I. can try all he won't, but nothing that you said stuck. I'm sorry, it didn't. Like I don't believe it. Sorry.
He's leveraging that man being on his cover to an equivalency of how deep he's willing to go to show people that he's accepting and forgiving everybody. No. And I don't believe that's genuine.
Nope.
I think that's methodical. It's planned,
mm-hmm.
and it's for a specific outcome and a reaction.
Yep.
I could be wrong, just like I could be wrong about everything.
And Kim Kardashian, a big gigantic fuck you for saying, "Oh, y'all are, you really shouldn't be playing with mental health." Because when people were saying that he's mentally ill because the fuck he is, and she was saying, "Taking up for him," and I don't agree with him, but that doesn't mean that you have to throw that mental health thing. Bitch, sit down, have a seat, shut the fuck up. Just be quiet. Listen, you just sit over there and do what you do.
Let me tell any of y'all that listen. Let me tell y'all something about mental health. Mental health is a wavering existence for each individual person.
Yes.
You ain't always gonna be in full mental health. You've always got to maintain your mental health.
Yes.
If you don't maintain it, it's going to dip. I don't know what Kanye's life looks like, but we know that there are instances where he has had stress-induced mental health issues. Now, what that means is that we know that he's not constantly taking care of himself enough to keep out of them situations. So we have evidence of that.
Yes.
So when he starts acting kooky, when he starts saying weird things, when he starts going against the things that, he's typically believed and he's typically focused on, which I really don't know. He ain't really never focused on shit. No. Socially, like,
other than saying George Bush don't hate black people. I mean
he ain't. I don't even know. I can't think of no issues that Kanye music has focused on. Kanye music is really materialistic and superficial and focused on abstract concepts that are not really socially involved.
Yeah.
So when he say I still do stuff for the people, maybe he got a nonprofit or something that he put a little money in.
He's supposed to be starting something in Chicago with his mom's name, but that's like a recent. That's what he about to do now. I don't know about past stuff that he's done.
And he said something along the lines of, Obama was in 8 years and didn't do nothing for Chicago and focused on something since Trump came in. Nigga, what have you done? You are from Chicago and you got enough money to actually impact some kind of change in the community. What have you done? You know what I'm saying? Like, he have the audacity to sit here and allow his city to be used as some battleground pawn for a gun dialogue. And he sit here.
Trump wanted to send the National Guard into your city. You know what I'm saying? Like this same nigga that you rocking the hat for. There was a whole instance where he felt like the National Guard, there should be a military presence there. So fuck you and you talking about Chicago when you supporting somebody that don't give a fuck about your city. Fuck you, nigga.
So
fuck that nigga.
Okay, well we'll leave it at that. We'll let that abrupt ending be your send off to Kanye.
Fuck you. Yes.
But we gotta talk about William Bill Cosby. The man was found guilty.
You know what? I saw a meme that sums up how I feel about. It's not that I'm not glad or whatever, but like I saw a meme that said Bill Cosby just gonna die on y'all ass. Jail for what? Mm-hmm. This nigga's 80. Like again,
he ain't going to jail. He's not going to jail. He's going to be ankle monitored at his home for the rest of his life. Which is probably 6 months.
He didn't live his whole life. Like, I just don't. It's not, again.
And half of it, raping.
Exactly. Nigga, why do I hate you so much? Like, it's not that I know that people need to have closure and that, him finally getting charged. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, this nigga he done did everything he could possibly want to do. Like, he was going to be staying at home anyway, nigga. That nigga wasn't finna be doing nothing. The nigga could barely get around. Like, he was gonna be at the house anyway. He fine. like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, for everybody, let me just say another big fuck you to everybody that keeps saying, but what about this person? And what about this person? Listen. When you do that, it invalidates what Bill Cosby does. By saying other people doing it and they free, so Bill should be free too. No. If Bill was out here raping bitches, he deserved to get punished, just like the motherfuckers deserve to get punished. And I hope that at some point they get theirs too. But no, don't tell me he should be let go because other motherfuckers are running around doing bullshit. Because let me tell you something. I want you to take that same stance. If a nigga rob you, I want you to take that same stance and be like, it's other people out here robbing folks and y'all hadn't caught them. Your robbers should get to go too. Like, that's a stupid argument. Shut the fuck up. Like, yes, Harvey Weinstein is still out here with his freedom. He done lost everything else, but he got his freedom. Yes, there are other people in Hollywood that have done fucked up shit that have not gotten there. But let's not act like it didn't take Bill Cosby till he was 80 years old, or any of the rest of them the age of Bill Cosby. Like, let's look at how fucking long it took for this to happen. So y'all can kiss my ass talking about if they didn't do it to these other people, they shouldn't be doing it to him. But they love to press to start with, I'm not for rape at all. But no, fuck you.
Ain't no women press charges in some of these newer Me Too related things. Bill Cosby's accusers have come out seeking some kind of actions against Bill Cosby. Mm-hmm. So Harvey Weinstein them will have his time. You know what Bill Cosby should have done is went and got that time stone and turned back time and not rape. Okay, that's what Bill Cosby should have done. He don't need no other stones. The reality stone, he'll just rape and make it seem like he didn't rape. You know, he don't need no other stone. He need a time stone to go back and think, should I rape? Or should I actually seek consensual sexual intercourse? You know?
I mean, niggas are acting like this is really going to have an impact on him. Like, it's not. He's 80. He was already going to be sitting at the house it's not gonna have no impact.
Eat oatmeal.
Eat oatmeal, like, cause he can't have nothing too spicy because, like, he on the way out.
It'll
like,
kill him.
Y'all niggas,
No cayenne pepper.
hush. Like, no, bitch, be quiet. Like, people get on my nerve. If you ever have to start an argument with some bullshit to make it seem like you not a bad person, you probably are a bad fucking person. If you have to say you not an advocate for rape and then you follow it with but, fuck you. Because whatever that but is gonna be some bullshit, and you should have just kept it to your fucking self. So fuck y'all too. I can't stand that shit.
It's just so many people just defending Bill Cosby and his actions, like, and like I said, a big part of that comes, can you value somebody and what they have contributed, and they have done horrible things. You know what I'm saying? Can we value the Cosby Show considering what Bill Cosby has done and has been? Can we? Can you? I'm asking. What do you think?
It's,
can we compartmentalize, or do we have to say because this person was doing these things, we can't even value the lessons that was taught?
No, I won't say that. I will say that sometimes when I watch the Cosby Show, like, certain things that Heathcliff do is kind of like, ugh. Like,
it's
some
all
of the stuff
rapey
he
now.
say, yeah, it's a little rapey. Like the thing about the barbecue sauce, like he was standing around, he was like, "That's the impact of my barbecue sauce." Like, that's a little rapey now. But I understand what that show was for black people at that time, and I don't think it takes away from that. The same way people were like, was it what university was it that he donated all the money to?
Probably Howard.
They took away his honorary degree. So then niggas is like, well, you gonna give him back his money then? Nigga. Because that's an equal exchange. First of all, I don't even understand giving celebrities honorary degrees anyway. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Anyhow. But what? Like, I feel like you can still find value in the Cosby Show. It's a little more rapey to me now, but I still love Claire Huxtable. She's amazing. I aspire to be able to shade people the way that she was in such an elegant and classy way. But I just don't understand all of these people taking up for that nigga. Like, whatever.
I just don't, my big problem with Bill Cosby, like a lot of people, was that the vast level of hypocrisy on what he portrayed himself to be versus what he was. Even if he didn't, let's just, for the sake of you fucking dickheads that's gonna defend Bill Cosby, let's say he wasn't using Quaaludes. Let's say the sex was consensual. He has still had sex with all those women and cheated on his wife. He was married.
Yeah.
And he was out here telling us we need to pull our britches up. He telling us that we need to present ourselves in a certain type of way. And you know what? He was a master of fucking presenting himself in a certain type of way.
Yep.
Because he presented himself as not a rapist while he was raping.
Why do you have to say raping like that?
What?
It's so like evil and villainous.
Rape is evil. Rape is villainous.
It is, but I don't know. It's
consent. If you can't say yes or no,
it's a no.
It's a no.
It's just a fucking no.
It's a no.
Yeah.
If your woman, if she's saying yes all the way up to a certain point and pass out and she can't say shit, your show should be over. I'm sorry.
It's unfortunate for you, but that's what it is.
No, it's not unfortunate for you. Go beat your meat and leave it alone. It is just like, I don't get how people don't understand consent. I'm still sitting here reading threads on my Facebook timeline of not my friends. Like, one of my friends was like, if you out here defending Bill Cosby, you can unfriend me with your dumb ass. And there's a dude in the post talking about if somebody don't say no, that's not rape. He was like,
what?
If they don't say no, like if they can't say no, it's not rape.
Nigga.
And I'm like, and so I would like to flip this around on dudes. If you are asleep and a big Terry Crews rapey dude come up and spread your ass open and go to town because you couldn't say no? Is that rape? Or is that okay? Or are you misogynistic enough for that to just be the dialogue that you have as it pertains to men's dominance over women?
Cause like, yeah, so if you're in prison, if you go to prison, cause this happens a lot, and you know they had their little homemade drugs and shit, maybe you took a little too much, and you in your cot minding your business, sleep. The same situation. He come in and ask, you don't say no. You just wake up and your ass is sore. Was you raped? Are you gonna feel violated? Are you just gonna be like, well, I didn't say no, so it wasn't rape? No, nigga. Your whole life gonna be fucked up after that.
Now, Eddie Griffin defended Bill Cosby back in like 2015. Damon Wayans is the most recent person that had to apologize for defending Bill Cosby. He basically said that, you know, them women just doing this was a money grab, you know. But it's too many women, bruh.
And it's been said about him for too long. And people act like this is he has been accused of this on and off. Like, and it was like a known thing that he was doing this. So I don't understand. Like, people just, you know.
Listen, don't nobody get a pass.
Misogyny is real.
Don't nobody get a pass from rape.
No.
Don't nobody get a pass from pedophilia. Nope. It's some things that people, as far as I'm concerned, you don't get a pass for. I don't give a fuck what you have done, Bill Cosby. If your legacy got to be tarnished from some shit that you've done, your legacy just got to be tarnished. I'm sorry. That being said, I mean, I got some Cosby seasons sitting right here next to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the messages and the value that came out of those things, it's already ingrained.
Yep.
It's already there. Mm-hmm. You can't erase some of the shit I learned from watching the Cosby Show. Nope. You can't learn none of that shit. I still tell, you know, people that I talk to, I like to have a Heathcliff Huxtable Claire type of relationship.
Yeah.
That's how I would like to run my household. I still tell people that because that's what I believe. I believed it for a long time before Bill Cosby showed us who he actually was.
Yep.
Or the women showed us who he was, because he's continued to try to show us that he wasn't that. You know, but
on this consent train, while we're on consent, there is an age of consent. So if you're going to say that you had a consensual relationship, that person has to be of an age where they can consent. Because just because they say yeah, if they're not old enough, doesn't count as consent. I bring that up because R. Kelly has finally broken his silence about these new allegations, and he said he's so hurt and so troubled by people, making these allegations because all of his relationships have been consensual, and he had permission from all of the people. And maybe he did, but a 14-year-old can't give you consent. They can't. Even if they say, yes, let's do it, they can't give you consent. They can't. First of all, it boggles my mind. There is no 14-year-old boy that I've ever seen that I was like, ooh. Like, that's creepy as fuck.
But some teachers have.
Yeah, they have. And that's creepy as fuck. And that's why they got locked up. It's not okay.
For a short period of time.
For a short period of time. You can't do that.
Versus the men.
Part of consent is that they have to be of an age. So just because you get a yes, and in some cases it don't matter. They're not old enough to give you that yes. It don't count. Sorry. If they parent, well, unless they can you. So I know that parents can sign up for kids to get married at a certain age. I don't think you can do that for like sex. Mm-mm. Like you can't.
No.
So even if they parents basically sold them to you by you paying off the parent, that's prostitution.
Unless you marry them. You can marry them, have sex, and then divorce.
He ain't married nobody, so the parents giving consent for it, it don't matter.
Because everybody gonna get too old.
That's prostitution. Everybody gonna be too old for him. Yeah.
R. Kelly need to move to Russia. He need to move somewhere where that shit, like, he can get away with that shit.
Yeah.
Can't get away with that shit in America. He had 3 people on his staff quit. You know,
he got 3 people on his staff that quit. Shonda Rhimes is now leading is it Time's Up, where they're calling for people to stop playing R. Kelly's music. Her, Lupita Nyong'o posted something on her Instagram. A lot of celebrity black women are calling for the prosecution of R. Kelly.
I gotta change my shower playlist.
don't even think I have any R. Kelly on my playlist.
I do, man. Turn back the hands of time.
I still like that song, but I don't. I
you
never.
Remind me of my Jeep.
I hated that song. I think especially
You
like
remind me of my Jeep.
when that
It's only 10 years old.
When that first allegation came out, like a lot of his songs, I know he's talking about children. So like any of the sexual songs, I can't listen to them shits no more because I feel dirty. Because I know you was talking to a little 13-year-old, my nigga. I can't listen to it no more. It ruins it for me. It's ruined now. Can't even do it. Because I feel like you was talking to a child. You used to think you was talking to a grown woman and it was okay for you, the song. But now it's like, it's icky. But Turn Back the Hands of Time, yeah, that's cool. Because it ain't sexual.
I mean, I don't think it's a period of time of the time stone that R. Kelly can use. Because he been in this situation for a long time.
Started with Aaliyah.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
He definitely don't need a reality stone.
No.
He'll just be raping forever. Raping kids forever.
Yeah.
Mind Stone, Soul Stone. The Soul Stone will expose his ass.
Yeah.
You a rapist. At heart, that's what you are.
Rapey ass nigga.
You got something else? Well, I got a couple more things. We ain't really talked about Waffle House, which is the absolute opposite of Starbucks.
So you talking about the guy that saved on people?
That, and it's 3 instances. That, the woman that got arrested, and Pinson, the Waffle House in Pinson around here.
What happened at the Waffle House in Pinson?
They locked the doors from that black couple coming in while white people was inside eating.
Bullshit.
And she was recording a video, and a white man came to the door and said that he was gonna shoot him.
Okay.
Yeah. And the way Waffle House responding is so distant. Like, they clearly don't want to deal with none of this stuff. But it's all race related. You got them white guy came in the Waffle House, shot 4 black people, a black man saved the day. Lo and behold, our president or nobody has said anything about it.
Let me tell you why he my hero. Okay, did you see the interview he did? So they were giving him an honor. Like the police in the city were giving him an honor. And this nigga got up there. This would so be me if I saved some people. This nigga got up there and was like, look, I'm not no hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest with y'all, I was trying to save myself. I wanted to get home to my family. I wasn't trying to be no hero. I wasn't trying to save nobody else. I was trying to save myself. Because he was locked in the bathroom when the shooting was going on. He heard the gun jam. And so he's like, now or never. Because he didn't know if he was going to come in the bathroom or shoot through the door. And so he literally was like, I was really just trying to get home to my family. I wasn't thinking about nobody else. So then the captain had to come back and try to save it. He was like, well, I'm gonna disagree with him. He is a hero, but like his whole speech was just basically like, "Nigga, I was doing that for me."
I came in that bit. I wanted an all-star special and a coffee because I always drink my coffee late. You know what I'm saying? I know that's weird. Most people drink their coffee in the morning. I drink my coffee late. I get an all-star special. I get the peanut butter waffle. I get bacon instead of sausage because you know what? When it's crispy, it's good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there drinking my coffee, waiting on my all-star. It's busy in there. You know what I'm saying? She calling out orders. I gotta pee. I go to the bathroom. I hear pop, 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 pop going on. And I'm like, oh, shit, my family. Oh, shit. Don't nobody else exist right now but my kids. I gotta get out of this situation. So I'm hearing pop, 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 pop. And then I hit click. And I'm like, oh, shit, I know what a gun jam sound like. I'm from the hood. I'm finna go stop this cat. I go out there. I stop him. My hands burn up. I didn't eat. And it was dead people. But I did this for me. I ain't no hero.
Accurate. Yeah,
I just wanted my all-star special.
He didn't go into what he ordered, but that's basically what he
Everybody
said.
get an all-star special.
Yeah, that's all I ever get there.
Yeah,
I ain't never had nothing else there.
Why you get something different than an all-star? It got everything.
It got everything. You don't even need nothing else.
Exactly.
Literally, and it's cheap. But yeah, so that at that moment, because here's my thing. I feel like most people feel that way. I feel like a lot of people would have got up there and been like, yeah, I just knew somebody had to stand up and somebody had to take care of it. Like, he was real as fuck. He was like, I didn't care nothing about none of you niggas. Like, I was trying to get home to my own family. I mean, I'm glad that y'all got saved in the process, but nigga, that was not the goal.
He went too far on the side of humility. He went to humiliate himself. Like,
I was like, yes.
I'm just saying
nigga,
that's because
yes.
you. You know what I'm saying? You know, he could have gotten and be like, well, I put my shoes on one foot at a time like everybody else. But at the end of the day, everybody else ain't grabbing the end of a hot rifle to keep other people from dying. No. You hear me? I'm a hero. He could have did that shit.
He did not. He was like, fuck you, niggas. He was like,
listen, I ain't no hero.
Nope.
If y'all want to give me free All-Stars for a year, I'll take it because you know what I'm saying? I love Waffle House, but it ain't gonna be because I'm a hero.
Because I wasn't trying to save nobody but myself. Like, if you can watch the clip, it's so funny because everybody in the room was just, it ain't what you expect for nobody to say, so everybody was just kind of like, what is he doing?
He should have hired, somebody should have got him a PR person. Somebody should have sat down with him and said, listen, if that's your message, this is how you gonna deliver it. Because you could deliver that message in a different way. Yeah.
He was like, I wasn't trying to save nobody but myself. And he said, he was like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I was just trying to save myself. And I was like, nigga, yes, absolutely. That would totally be me if I rescued people, because I wouldn't be trying to be heroic. I'm trying to just get the fuck out of here. I gotta get back to my dogs for them niggas piss all over my house. I'm trying to get home. Like,
I ain't even get to wipe. What y'all say about his hero if you knew his drawers was messed up while he was saving you? I was in the bathroom, mind you, remember?
But yeah, the chief came back and was like, I'm going to disagree with him. He is a hero. Because he basically spent his whole speech like, nigga, no, I ain't.
He's like, tomato. Guess so, same fruit.
The only other thing I had was that Fab and Emily B was seen at Coachella together. And let me just say, again, I feel like this whole episode I just been saying fuck you to niggas, but fuck y'all who feel like this vindicates Fab in some kind of way. If that nigga punched her teeth out her mouth, her showing up at Coachella does not make him any less wrong for that. This is why, again, going back to my internship, one of the reasons why I did not want to do battered women is because it take at least, I think, what is it, statistically like 7 times before they actually are gonna leave. I don't have the patience for that shit. Even though I know the psychology behind it, I'm just like, bitch, run. This nigga punched the teeth out. So that does not mean that he isn't wrong. That doesn't mean he ain't a fucking terrible person just because she's still with this nigga and they was at Coachella. Fuck y'all who believe that. Fab is a dickhead for that. And fuck him and fuck you for believing that.
Got a question.
Yes.
Which stone? I've been on this Avenger stuff all day. Which infinity stone would be best for a therapist? The time, space, power, reality, soul, or mind stones?
Mind.
The mind stone?
Here's the thing. I don't know, because you are not supposed to force change on anybody. But I feel like it'd be so much easier if you could just be like, bitch, just don't give a shit about this no more. Poof, be gone.
It can grant telepathy or intelligence. Yeah. So it don't seem like it allows you to change their mind more so than you can see what's in their mind. Do you think that as a therapist, if you can see exactly everything going on in a person's mind, do you think you'd be able to lead them to change easier?
It might be better because, people come in with defenses. It take you a while sometimes to get them to open up and tell you what the actual problem is. You cut through all of that because I see what you're thinking. I see what you're holding back, what you're not telling me. We can just get this shit done in 6 sessions and be done instead of 2 years.
I'm thinking between the mind and reality stones.
Reality,
like if you can show a person a reality, like in the domestic violence case, if you could show if you can show a
funeral that's
reality,
gonna happen,
if you can show a reality of what would happen.
If you stayed and the kids at your funeral because he killed your ass, yeah.
I guess which manipulation is worse? The one where you can see into their thoughts, or the one where you can create a reality for them that would change their mind?
You can traumatize them creating another reality.
You right.
Though. I still think mind, because that is less intrusive.
I'm gonna lean toward the mind stone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean toward the mind. If I could just see inside of my client's mind without them knowing that I had the ability to do so.
And you could get past a lot of the defenses that people put up and get to what the actual issue is. Or sometimes people just don't know, and you going into their subconscious, you might access something that they haven't even accessed themselves yet. You know what I mean? So I think mine probably would be the best one for therapy.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. The last thing I had was Issa Rae being in the news. Her old ass 3-year-old book got an excerpt in it that says, "This is why I propose that black women and Asian men join forces in love, marriage, and procreation. Educated black women, what better intellectual match for you than an Asian man?" And I'm not talking about Filipinos. They're like the blacks of Asians. I'm talking Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese, etc. From that statement, to me, it really seems like satire.
And that's what she's known for. Her comedy is very dry, and it could go over your head if you don't have the same kind of sense of humor. And here's the thing. The niggas that's getting the most mad are the same niggas that'll be saying shit like black women don't know their place, and you'll talk shit about us, but then you get upset because she's saying black women marry Asian men. The same way that you feel like you should be able to have your bullshit ass preference based on the fact that you just aren't able to deal with black women as opposed to it being an issue with black women, then she should be able to say the same shit. But obviously she was being funny. Like, that's her sense of humor. But niggas was in their feelings. She had niggas all in their feelings. Niggas was talking about she was canceled, and they full of shit, because as soon as season 3 of Insincere come out, them motherfuckers gonna be sitting up there watching just like they watched them other 2 seasons. So niggas hush. It's obviously satirical. Like, it's obviously not being realistic. It was from 3 years ago. And like I said, black men love to tell folks why they don't like this about women and that about this particular set of women. So, hey, suck it up, buttercup. Don't feel so good. Maybe then you need to shut your mouth about other groups of women then, my nigga, since you don't like it. Since you don't like being left out of the conversation. The fuck up.
It's crazy because men is on here like, if it was a man, you know, they be getting roasted hard about this. I mean,
but it has been, man.
Men don't do this satirically.
No, they don't.
Men
but I'm saying
do
it's
this
been
shit
them
seriously.
Yeah, they've been serious.
Like,
as fuck.
when men do this shit, it's like legit serious.
Yeah.
And black women know that they're at the bottom of the barrel
Always.
of acceptance from any culture. You know, and nobody wants to fool with black people generally, but as far as dating, I mean, you at least got white women that fetishize black men enough to want to be with them in bulk. Yeah. You know, but white men fetishize black women, but not in bulk. Nope. It's not a lot of them.
And you don't want to be, and that's why I stopped dating. One of the reasons that I stopped dating white men was because a lot of them do fetishize you, and that's just, who the fuck wants that? Also, as things have been happening in our world, in our country, in our communities, I just recognize that I need somebody that I can talk to these things about and share my frustrations with. And I don't feel like if I were to marry somebody white that they would be able to adequately do that. And that's not a fault of theirs. That's just, we're coming from 2 different places. And so that's why ultimately I was just kind of like, this ain't gonna work. So no, I don't date white men anymore, but for those reasons. But don't nobody want to be fetishized. That shit ain't fun. And you're a novelty, and that novelty will wear off. And then at some point, he gonna want to call you his nigga bitch. And then I'm gonna we did a letter, you probably don't remember, where the lady married this white man, and then in the bedroom, he wanted to play slave and slave master.
I don't remember that.
And she was saying that she didn't know what to do. I don't know. It was a while ago. But yeah, that shit happened. We not finna play no racist bedroom games, nigga. That's the quickest way to get you fucking cussed out. You can catch this foot up your ass.
Well, damn. Calm down, Red. Shit, it didn't happen to you.
It didn't. No.
It didn't happen to you.
No, it didn't. I'm just on 10 today
I
because
see.
of the Kanye shit. So.
Yeah, it is what it is. But that's all I got.
Alrighty.
You got something else?
I do not.
Anything else on your mind?
Nope.
All right. Hey, y'all need to go see the Avengers Infinity War
You do.
because it is a fantastic movie.
Take some. It's gonna fuck you. It's gonna fuck with you. The ending, you just gonna walk out. Just be prepared to just be confused.
Yeah.
But it's a good movie. And Deadpool 2 is coming. I'm so excited.
Damn, seeing Zazie Beetz as Domino, her character, like I didn't know enough about Domino, but I didn't know that she can psychologically shift anything into her favor. So her power is really luck.
Oh.
Like through a series of just how her brain works, it kind of like makes everything that she go through lucky.
Oh.
I didn't know that. That's why I was looking at her scenes and the shit kind of looked like it wasn't really supposed to be happening. But it's because like her power is luck. Like shit just go her way a lot of times.
Shit, I need that.
But it's based on like a subconscious psychological process she got going on. I think that shit is cool as fuck.
I need it.
Yeah.
In my
Because
life.
that old Domino movie that came out like didn't do Domino really justice.
No, it didn't. Mm-mm.
But anyway, until we come to the next conversation,
We out.
holla.